Tom Green County, the county residents of San Angelo reside in, was founded in 1874, created from the Bexar County Land District. But at this time, it was not really organized. Then, it became more organized and detached from its larger counterparts. But even after this, Tom Green County was huge. Dr. Jason Pierce, a history department chairholder and professor at Angelo State University who specializes in teaching the history of West Texas, explains what it was like back in the time of the naming of Tom Green County.
These big, huge grants and counties, and then as people move in, they would then make new counties, because if you're going by horseback, to go to your local courthouse to go all the way to San Antonio would be way too far, So as these towns get organized and settled, that they set up counties.
I know a lot of y'all are asking, how big was the county when it was first founded? The borders went as far north as Colorado City in Mitchell County and as far west as Loving County. But little by little, it lost its size until 1903. Reagan County was the last county to be created out of the oddly shaped Tom Green County we live in today. But where does that name Tom Green come from? I reached out to Curtis Milburn, who is currently a dual credit history teacher at Texas Leadership Academy in San Angelo.
Born in Virginia in 1814, the oldest of a number of children to Nathan and Mary Green. Nathan Green's from Virginia, Mary Green was from North Carolina. When Tom was 3, they moved to Tennessee, and so that's where he was raised for most of his life.
Thomas Green ended up in Texas at the age of 21 during the Texas Revolution and served in the Battle of San Jacinto, April 21st, 1836, where Texas won its independence. In the battle, he manned one of the twin sister cannons alongside a name we may be familiar with.
Ben McCulloch, who McCulloch County is named after, also was on one of those cannons.
After Texas wins its independence, it cedes from America in 1861, becoming part of the Confederacy. Green was elected to be the colonel of the 5th Texas Volunteer Cavalry, where he was part of the invasion of New Mexico in 1862, and is also victorious in the Battle of Val Verde. In the next year, he would capture Galveston, a garrison in Brasher City, Mississippi, and a couple of small plantations in Louisiana. But I'm sure you're asking, what ties does he have to the Concho Valley?
I think he ends up here simply because he's looking for adventure at the time.
He traveled down the Butterfield Stage Trail, but where was it? Where did it start?
Starts in Missouri, goes through northwest Arkansas, kind of north Texas, crosses through Abilene, and then at that point it's kind of following 277, then down through San Angelo, and then kind of out to the west where it basically is where I-10 kind of follows today, and that takes you all the way out to California.
To wrap this all up, Tom Green County was named after the young triumphant Tennessee native. He came to Texas looking for adventure. He was part of the Texas Revolution, and then he was part of a few Confederate victories during the United States Civil War era in West Texas. Later, he would die in Blair's Landing on the Red River. For Fox West Texas, Jalen Lewis.